This is a clip from Basketball at the Bar Live. And Joel Embiid looks completely different to me dealing with this injury. It's 3-2 now, Calvin. They're heading back to Toronto. Toronto's one home win away, where Matisse Thybulle, who we talked about, no big deal, he can't play in Toronto. This could be a big deal in Game 6. Toronto is one home game away from forcing a Game 7 against an injured Joel Embiid and a not-so-productive James Harden. What are your thoughts on this game?
Well, this is another team that if they end up losing this series in 7 games, we can very easily peg them as the most disappointing team in the playoffs, right? I mean, to think that Philadelphia had this series by the throat, 3-0. Embiid was looking great. Maxey has almost 40 points in Game 1. He really hasn't done much since then for them. And give a lot of credit to Toronto. You know, that we talked about it before. Nick Nurse, what is he good at? He's good at in-game, in-series adjustments. He's a great game manager, in-game manager, stuff like that.
Not a bad thing.
We're seeing all of that stuff on display now. And yes, Scotty Barnes coming back is the big key right now for this team. He's proving why he was the NBA's Rookie of the Year. Really does everything for this team, and gives them another big, long defensive body to use on Philadelphia's big guys. So it's a huge help. And then I would say Precious Achiuwa is the other guy that's really impressing me for this team.
Oh, yeah.
I was pretty high on him coming out of Memphis in the draft, and I didn't expect him to have this type of impact on this series at this moment. So I'm really liking what I see from him. I think he's going to be taking a next 2 or 3 steps here in the next couple of years. And then Siakam has played like the team's best player. So right now they're not even missing a beat with Van Vliet out.
Yeah, they're definitely rolling. It's interesting that we talk, about Scotty Barnes, 12, 8, 4, 3 steals in this game. But the team just looks so much different when he's out there on the court. They just look like a completely different team. And then, we talked about Philadelphia. You mentioned Tyrese Maxey, 12 points in this game. James Harden, 15 points in this game, 4 of 11 from the field, 2 of 6 from three-point range. Embiid, 20 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, no blocks, no steals, almost fouled out in this game. Watching this game, Calvin, it just made me think, like, if I'm Philadelphia, why the hell did I trade for James Harden? I understand the whole situation with Ben Simmons, trying to get out from under that, but it seemed like there was more options than just trading for James Harden. And they actually gave up a lot to get him too, right? They gave up their center. They gave up, one of their best shooters. They gave up some draft picks. They gave up a lot to get James Harden.
They did.
And, the reason I think that they went for him is Daryl Morey, right? Like, that's his guy. They have the obvious connection from Houston. He's traded for him twice now. If I'm Joel Embiid, does the relationship between James Harden and Daryl Morey make me feel a little bit different about this Sixers team?
I don't know if their relationship makes me feel a little different, but definitely James Harden's production makes me feel a little different if I'm Joel Embiid. I mean, he was the guy brought in to be the side man, the running mate, right? Like, this was the next Shaq and Kobe. That's what everybody said, or a lot of people said.
I said it. I'm not going to lie.
When this deal went down. And I made the mistake earlier in the series when Philadelphia had complete control. I said, okay, James Harden doesn't have to be James Harden anymore for them to win.
Yeah.
Here we are, 3-2, and they need MVP James Harden really badly.
I think you were alluding to they don't need James Harden to be off-court James Harden going to strip clubs and stuff to win this series.
That's for sure. No, they have to. He's turned the ball over a ton in this series.
Yep.
He really has struggled shooting the ball. He needs to be much better, and Philadelphia can't mess around anymore. They can't let this thing come back for a Game 7. I mean, they should have closed it out in Game 4, but now with the Doc Rivers has already had one 3-1 collapse, right?
Yeah.
They've got all this stuff hanging over their heads. James Harden, I still think, is the player with the most to prove in this postseason, and he has even more to prove now because he's been a shade of himself for the past 3-4 games.
Thank you so much for watching. As always, please don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button. You can join us live every single weekday, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also, don't forget to tip your bartender.